everything is good, should be good. Welcome to this lecture on how to debloat. It's been quite some time, you guys, from the last video. Don't worry, I'm going to be answering the mysterious question as to why at 1 a.m. you look great, but midday in school you look like chopped cheese. Don't worry, we're going to answer that question. I'm going to teach you guys how to debloat. So that's a lecture for today, but I do want to talk a bit about where I've been because it's been quite some time, you guys. Lots happened. I also got this bad boy. It's pretty useless. No, I'm just kidding, you guys. Stay in school. I am looking to get into law school myself. It's always good to have a plan B. But anyways, during this time, I was not able to post. Aside from the graduation, that was nothing. I was actually launching my business. This thing has been in the works for about a year now. It's my debloating supplement right here. You can check it out in the description. I'm not going to plug any more. Let's talk about how to debloat now. How to debloat. As I was talking about earlier, why does your face look different at midnight? Why does it look different in the morning? It's not fat. You're not putting pounds on your face from something you just ate. It doesn't work like that. It's something called bloat, and it can ruin your entire look. And that's why I'm here to help you. Bloating, is going to kill your aesthetics. It's one of the fastest ways from going, looking sharp to looking very soft. Bloating, as I said, is not fat. It's mostly water, gas, and inflammation that can distort your look, especially in your face. It can leave you looking pregnant down there, and it can make you feel like shit, utter shit. And it's usually caused by too much salt, what you're eating. It's also caused by things like poor sleep and stress, right? During your exams, when you're stressed out, staying up at night, not only is that poor sleep going to affect you, but also that stress. It releases a hormone called cortisol, which tells your body to basically store more water, right? It's going in panic mode. And then you also have slow digestion. So if you have terrible digestion in your gut health is all fucked up, what's going to happen is food is going to get backed up in your gut, and that's also going to cause bloatation. And what happens when you fix these things? Your body starts draining the excess fluid, right? The lymph. We're going to talk about that in a second. And you're going to end up peeing out that water as a result. You can also expect to be releasing some trapped gas and also an overall reduction in swelling. Now, all of what I just said happens through one thing and one thing alone: your lymphatic system, all right? And I tried demonstrating this the best that I could here. As you can see here on this board, these images are as bad as they usually are. I want you to remember this equation. The lymphatic system equals your body's drainage network. So basically, you want to think of it as like a building, okay? It's a building. I want you to picture a building, okay? All right? You have a sewage system that's concealed. No one knows about it, right? You don't really think about what's going on in the sewage in your day-to-day life. And that's how everyone is about the lymphatic system. No one knows about it. And now we got this trending bloating stuff. Everyone's talking about debloating, but point is, the normie doesn't know about this stuff. Right, we got the shit running down here. It's beautiful because the sewer system, it blocks everyone from seeing what the hell's going on. But the difference is, and the fucked up part, is God made us in a special way. You see, the lymphatic system reflects outward. So instead of us just being like any other building, we're like the Burj fucking Khalifa. And if you don't know about the Burj Khalifa, every week or so, I think even on a day-to-day basis, they have big trucks leave the building because they have a trash drainage network. They have no space for sewery. So basically, all the trucks are loaded up with shit in them. There's plenty of them on the highway and they reek of shit. And those trucks are going to be our faces, right? How our faces look when there's that traffic jam, when there's fluid traffic in your body. And in this big system, this drainage network, you have two systems involved: lymphatic waste and water retention. And we're going to explain both. So the first step is leakage. There's going to be a leaking that happens in your body. This leakage occurs in your cells, right? Your body is constantly pushing out fluid into the spaces between your cells. This includes things like water, proteins, just cellular waste, right? The shit that we were talking about. The manure. All of that leakage is happening inside your body constantly. And this is called lymph. We call it lymph, okay? If your lymphatic system is working normally, it's supposed to drain all that lymph out for you. But unlike your bloodstream, it has no pump. There's no heart. There's nothing that's moving that lymph out. So when you're inactive, watching YouTube all day like a little slob that you are, or inflamed, stressed out, whatever it may be, that system is going to slow down. And the result is your lymph getting stuck. And where does it get stuck? It gets stuck in your face. It gets stuck right here in your face, in your body, in your ass, right? You're gonna start looking puffy, especially in the jawline, your cheekbones, your under eye area. It could be anywhere. It could be in your neck, it could be in your mom, it could be anywhere. Now that's just one system, right? I said there's two. Layer on excess extracellular water caused by too much sodium because you're eating like a pig and you're not having enough potassium. This pulls even more water into your tissue space. So on top of that lymph fluid, you're also getting water retention in your face. So things start stacking up on top of the lymph fluid that's already stuck there. So it's not just one thing. Bloating is a combination of trapped lymphatic waste and retained water. So what's the fix to bloating? How can we get our bladder to start working? How can we get ourselves to piss everything out, right? That's the goal. The goal is to piss everything and look like this motherfucker. I put together for you guys several things that we can do. A list here, the fix, and there are things that are going to help you remove puffiness, and I'm going to go over them one by one. So the first one is going to be cardio. Whatever intensive form you can take on that's going to make you sweat the most and you're going to enjoy. Personally, it's jump ropes. I love it. You can do tricks with it. You do it after a lift. You can look forward to it. Anyways, it's going to bring your body full movement and muscle contractions, which in turn are going to mechanically pump the lymph fluid through your vessels. It's excellent for stimulating drainage, especially after long periods of sitting. Next is gua sha. This is my least favorite thing. There's plenty of tutorials on that online, but you just got to use your hands or a tool like the gua sha tool, right? It's that green little piece of shit that you're seeing on there. It promotes localized lymph flow, and that's why people do it. They cope with it. I think it's the least effective thing on here. So it's quite temporary. It helps improve your jawline definition the most, I would say, and it moves stagnant fluid, so anything that's stuck towards nodes that are near the ears and the collarbone, I believe. Next, as you can tell from the drawing, you guessed it, high potassium intake. Had to put that on there. It's a big trend, especially in the health sphere. Everyone's implementing in their diets. I've partaked in it myself. Foods like bananas, avocados, even coconut water, spinach, all these are going to help you restore fluid balance by pulling water into your cells. It's an intracellular process. There's some science behind it that backs it. So yeah, it's great for managing your water retention. And depending on how clean your diet is, the more processed foods you're eating, the more potassium you're going to want to have in your diet, because it helps mitigate, sodium's bloating effect. And also supports your cellular hydration, of course. It's not about ingesting the most potassium that you can. It's more about having a good ratio. So you want to at least have 2 times more potassium than sodium daily, which is really hard to meet, actually. You'd be surprised. The recommended dosage, I believe, for adults is around like 3,000 and 4,000. So a lot of people don't get anywhere close to that. And you don't need to, as long as you maintain that ratio. And I highly recommend going more towards a 4-to-1 ratio or a 3-to-1 ratio. You'll be in much better hands. The next thing we have on the list is diuretics. Diuretics. There's plenty of diuretics out on the market. They're going to help you stimulate urination. Like this fellow over here who's peeing down a hill, it's going to help you reduce excess water. There are herbal options out there. There's natural means of going about it, like dandelion root. Next, we have digestive. Implementing digestive enzymes in your diet is going to help you reduce gastrointestinal bloating caused by undigested food. So that buildup is going to be eliminated. Enzymes like bromelain, propane, and lipase are going to help you break down those proteins, fats, and carbs. And it's going to help you reduce overall gas and digestion. It's going to help you reduce that, especially after heavy meals. So I highly recommend implementing this if you're really dealing with stuff down there. Maybe it won't affect your face directly, but it certainly is not a feeling you want to be dealing with. And you also want to be digesting your food right. So next we have the sauna. You guys know I like the sauna. It promotes sweating. So anything that gets you hot is going to work here. It doesn't have to be the sauna. It could be infrared or whatever the hell you want to do. Essentially vasodilation, which supports lymph movement, remember that shit in your system, and water loss. 5 minutes in the sauna after a workout can really help drain fluid quickly from your face and your body when you're combining it with hydration. So make sure you have water on you. You don't want to be dehydrated. Next is sleep. I'm not just talking about any sleep, I'm talking about quality sleep. Deep sleep is going to activate the glyphatic system in your brain. It's a specific lymphatic system. It's a pathway that supports systemic drainage. So by getting quality sleep, not just any sleep, because poor sleep is going to increase cortisol, which promotes fluid retention if you don't know. It's one of the reasons why you look bad if you don't get enough sleep. We've talked about this before. And tying that cortisol to sleep, we have stress. Stress, as we mentioned, chronic stress is going to release something called cortisol, along with aldosterone, which both are going to signal the body to hold on to more water and sodium. Life is already hard. Don't make it harder by stressing out. Meditate. Fucking sit crisscross applesauce and take deep breaths in. Not only is your mental health going to be all fucked up, but if you're not able to mitigate that stress, it's going to be a feedback loop, right? You're going to look like shit, and people are going to treat you like shit, and you're going to take it. So, and the last thing, if you can't tell a Jew a hot dog, you want to be avoiding No bad food. You want to limit foods that cause digestive bloating, like dairy, if you're lactose intolerant especially, and artificial sweeteners. Reducing anything that's processed in your diet is going to help you lower gut-related bloating. Not only is there a lot of sodium in that shit food that you're eating, but it's also extremely processed that's going to end up being stuck in your gut, giving you even more gastrointestinal bloating. Now, for the many of you, it's going to be very hard for you to cut out processed foods from your diet. I'm not telling you to cut it out entirely, just like eat less of it and you'll notice your face look a whole lot better. Now, if you made it this far already, you can understand that bloating isn't just about what you eat. It's about how your body digests, processes, and retains fluid, right? Everyone's unique. And that's why I created my own d-bloat formula. This entirely custom formula was built on 3 core pillars, and I'm about to show you them right now. My formula contains natural enzymes to help you support digestion and to get rid of that gut heaviness. It also has natural diuretics, things like dandelion root, all those herbal extracts in my formulation, which are going to help you flush excess water quickly and safely. And then we have potassium that I threw in there, of course, a good amount to help you regulate your sodium levels and to prevent rebound bloating. And I also threw in there vitamin C for good measure. By managing your bloat and debloating, you're maximizing your presentation and as a result, making you look better, feeling better, and being better as a person overall. I want to thank you guys so much for not just supporting me on this front, but also my business's end. D-bloat sold out in 5 minutes about a month ago, and ever since I've been extremely busy and working on restocking this thing with 2 new flavors, strawberry kiwi and pina colada. Again, I'm new to this, I'm new to YouTube, I'm new to doing all of this. So it's going to take me quite some time to get a schedule going. If you're ever so curious, you can check this out in the description below. Thank you guys so much. Leave a like, comment, let me know what you want to see in the next videos, and I'll see you guys next time.